Greeting to both of our panel, Dr. Xavier Nurtai and also Dr. Roshayati binti Yahya. So first of all, I will introduce myself. My name is June Endthyana Anak Janis and my matrix number is CE180032. So my supervisor that supervised me for this final year project is Professor Dr. Mohammad Faiz Liew with Abdullah. So today I will present to you my final year project one proposal. So the topic that I have been chosen for this final year project is Autonomous Marine Surface Vehicle, AMSV, for oil spill cleaning. So right now we will proceed to the project background. So as you can see that oil contamination is a persistent issue in the marine environment. So despite essential technical advancement in the safety of crude oil and gas extractions and transportations, oil spill continue to pose a threat to the marine environment and as well also human. So this autonomous marine surface vehicle, AMSV, for oil spill cleaning is a device that I'm gonna design. I'm gonna make to collect all the oil, such as use a lubricant oil that come from the boat and also come from the small boat and also I think ship. So previously only oil spill in the oceans were taken into account. So this project was made to clean up oil spills in the shallow water areas such as river. So this AMSV is controlled by using wireless technology, Bluetooth 5.0, but the distance from the controller, from the smartphone to the device is can up until 240 meters. So it's suitable as we only cover the small area. So we continue. So in this project, we will also use Arduino Uno and another part, and we also combine the software and hardware for this project. So the AMSV will control by using the smartphone, especially Android user. So the highlight for this project is we will use this material for polypropylene oil only pet solvent to absorb the oil or to absorb the hydrocarbon based fluid for this project. So the untreated polypropylene is used to make the oil only pet solvent. This polypropylene is a water repellent and oil absorbent material. So the non-woven polypropylene oil only pet solvent have a high oil solvent capacity and low water uptake, making this is excellent material to oil recovery from the water surface. And also for this AMSV, I will use the spectroscopy method that will apply to detect the water in case we can't see the oil spill by the naked eyes. So the sensor that maybe I will use for this project is UV sensor. It is a way to determining the chemical compositions of a material by using various wavelengths of visible or non-visible light. So right now we will proceed to the next slide. So this is the problem statement for this project. So based on the past study, oil cleaning on the river surface is only carried out by plastic chemical like chloric acid. So this chemical will have side effects on the marine life. So since this AMSV will be used or focus on the shallow or river water area, so this oil only pad are suitable for use and it is safer and it is much safer. So in terms of the system, in the last study there was only one method for oil spill cleaning, which is use the boom absorbent. However, this method needs to control by using two AMSV. So this method requires a lot of spaces and it is difficult to control in narrow areas and also shallow water. So prior to this, AMSV was only used for oceanography purpose and not for oil spill cleanup purpose. So previously, researchers only made AMSV control by using remote control and only focused more on unmanned surface vehicle USV. Unmanned surface vehicles are only suitable for use in open and wide areas such as ocean. So right now we will proceed to the next slide. So as you can see here is the objective for this project. So the purpose of this project is to propose an AMSV unit using UV sensor to detect and clean oil spill. The next one is to integrate the proposed AMSV system with the mobile handphone using Bluetooth 5.0. As I mentioned earlier, this AMSV will use smartphone, especially Android user, to control the AMSV. The next one is to test the functionality of the integrated system. As you can see that for this project, the previous researcher, there are very limited source for me to refer because there are not many research related to this project. So this project is to test whether my method or my device can functions as I expected. So we will proceed to the next slide. So this is the scope of work. So this AMSV for oil spill cleaning only can be used in the shallow water or river, and it can be used in the small space in the river. So this AMSV will use 12-volt battery power supply DC, and it can move in range 100 and 240 meters away from the controller, because in this project we will use Bluetooth 5.0, and as we know that Bluetooth 5.0 the range is only about 100 to 240 meters. So oil only solvent pads can only absorb less than 1 kilogram. So this project, as I said, that it only can be controlled by a smartphone and focused, and especially to Android user. So next, so this is the continuous for the scope of the works. So in this AMSV, we will also use the sensing unit, which is UV sensor, and it will supply the information. It will give the information to the microcontroller unit, and also communication unit and motor control unit. So I think communication unit and microcontroller unit is the same thing, which is smartphone. So the smartphone is used for display and also to control the device, to control the AMSV. So the motor control unit, the motor drive unit for this AMSV, I will apply the principle, the adhesion principle. So the solvent that we will use in this project will strewn around the oil surface, and then the solvent are retrieved when a set amount of time has passed after the adsorbent process begins. So the floating carrier will be equipped with a drum and belt light pickup system, massive oil plated adhesive patches will circulate through the oil layer, absorbing the oil spill based on their physical qualities. That means is, as I said just now, this solvent pad can absorb less than 1 kilogram. So these adhesive materials is then fed through a wringer, squeezer, or stripper, which extract the oil. So in the oil layer, the clean material is recirculated. So the used solvent will then go to the storage tank. So we will proceed to the next slide. So this is the methodology for this project. So the first thing is we will determine the problem faced by the marine. So we will Next, we will proceed to the next slide. So this is the methodology for this project. So the first thing is to determine the problem that faced by the marine technology in terms of oil spill cleanup. So as we may know that the marine technology before this only focused on the ocean oil spill cleanup. And for the river, they only use the manual way, which is they throwing the chemical corrosive into directly to the river, and also they use the solvent such as boom to clean up the oil. So the next one is determine the project title and also objective and project scope for this project. The next thing is to install the software and design the coding. So the programming for Amsv by using C++. The next one is do the programming by using MIT software for the Bluetooth 5.0 controller, which it will be placed on the smartphone. And the next one is the run the coding. If it works, it will go to the next process. If not, we will redo again the program. So if the coding is working, we will then assemble the hardware part and also compile the coding into hardware. If it's not working, we will back to the process to assemble the hardware part. If yes, we will observe the performance of the ASMV in terms of its stability and functionality. Sorry for this one. We need to end the process. So right now we will proceed to the next slide, and I think this one is the last part for this presentation. So this project, this Amsv, is expected that it can be used by the Marine Department to control the oil spill issue at the shallow water or river. The Amsv is expected to be working efficiently to ensure the marine life as well as human well-being. As we may know, the effects of the pollution such as this oil spill have many adverse effects on various parties. So the project is also expected can be controlled by using the smartphone without any problem. So Amsv for oil cleaning is expectedly can be done by applying the Cataraman board concept, as it is suitable for the shallow water compared to the monohull board, and it is also stable as this Amsv will supported by the green hull. So this is the project that have been done by this another researcher, but this one is not for the oil cleaning. So I think that's all from me. Thank you.